What is good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you guys here with a post-commentary duel video. This is taken from my remote duels at Grandmaster Games the other night, and this is going to be a showcase of how we can play through Nibiru and Crusadia Guard Dragon. So I'm going to be showing you guys the Guard Dragon combos and stuff like that, etc. So yeah, so we're rolling up here, and we lose the dice roll going first. Our Prank Kid player starting out with Prank Kid's place. And yeah, we have 0 interruptions, so he's practically going to be able to combo through everything. So while he is doing his shenanigans, I'll go ahead and let you guys know, if you guys want to help support the channel, you can do so by checking out the links down in the description below, purchasing anything off TCG Player. Use the TCG Player affiliate link, costing you nothing but putting right back into the channel. You can also check out your playmat if you want custom sleeves. We are also sponsored by Ultra Pro. If you guys would like to buy or are interested in Ultra Pro products, check out the link down in the description below. If you also are enjoying the playmat I'm on, the Rally to the King's playmat, almost forgot its name. Check out the Team COG store. We have a lot of TCG accessories and unique playmats down there as well. Also think about becoming a member and joining the crusade, getting instant access to perks and rewards and live emotes only for members only. So yeah, so we're going to see Babwell Bark, Thunder Dragon Fusion, and we're going to see him practically making not Colossus, or not Titan, excuse me. No, yeah, Titan's the one that's banned. Yeah, we're going to see him not making Colossus. We're going to see him making Butler. And Butler is going to be kind of a thorn in our side simply because normal summon, blow up our board. That's practically what both these decks are kind of similar in a way. Simply because they're both very normal summon reliant. You disrupt the normal summon, the deck kind of just goes down. So anyway, he's going to banish Torrential Tribute, which, I mean, that was another normal summon disruption out of his hand, which I am happy to see gone. And he's going to make Meow Meow again, which he cannot technically do, and I did not, you know, I didn't even really think about it, and I didn't even catch it, to be honest with you. I didn't even know you could not do that, simply because, I mean, let's be honest, at Link 1's, like, I mean, Crusadia Magus you can make multiple times per turn, you know, like a bunch of Link 1s you can. I just never thought I'd catch that with Meow Meow. So we're facing on technically 2 Butlers, and that's going to be pretty rough. Butler being able to, you know, blow up our entire board twice is going to be just enough. I kind of contemplate trying to play, and mostly guys, like if I realize I have a 0% chance of winning, I just wrap it up, not giving my opponent the knowledge of what I'm playing. But like if there's like a slim chance, dependent on the player's misplays or the player misplaying, I'll take it. I'll go, you know. So we're going to start out by quick launch, making Striker. He's going to imperm Striker, and I think that was one of the final nails on the coffin. I think if he did not imperm Striker, I could have got Boot Sector and somehow done something different, but I'm going to normal summon the Arborea. He chooses not to Butler. I end up making Regulex, and then Regulex is pointing to the Butler, which gives me a huge boost. So I'm just kind of hoping that he deciding what he does here. So he's going to go ahead and Butler once, and this is where I'm just going to banish the Arborea. Sadly, I am not going to be able to stop the second Butler, because Butler is not a hard once per turn. He's going to be able to Butler me again. I'll summon Reclusia, trigger the Regulex. He's going to go and activate Butler. And right here, we just go ahead and wrap it up. There's no point in trying to play through. If I got Boot Sector, I could have Boot Sectored back like Rocket Tracer, made a Savage, and done maybe some other plays that way. It was truly dependent on the Boot Sector, to be honest with you, for me to force the second Butler pop. So we're siding up here. My side deck is kind of, you know, janked a little bit, not gonna lie. I need to do a few more changes of it. I had 0 intention of taking this deck to the Invitational. However, this deck I've successfully gone 3-1 the past 3 remote duel tournaments I've entered in, which of course you guys can check out because all my live streams are on YouTube and have the ability for you to go back and watch them if you miss them. And I've gone 3-1 3 times with the deck. Like, it's honestly quite crazy. I cannot lie to you guys. Like, the ability, like the deck just going first, we set up practically, if not one of the best boards we can set up. We also set up some, like, just the average board that any other combo deck does. And then going second, we just have like a high pressure, and like we have a crazy follow-up, so our opponent is like put on a counter. Like if we set up our full board with Gamma Seal and Equimax, like our opponent's put on like a 1-turn counter. Like he has to break that board with Equimax and Gamma Seal. If he doesn't, we're just going to be able to apply a lot of pressure with Equimax, doing a lot of damage. So I started here with Pot of Desires. My hand was not that great. Not that great at all. So I end up just Pot of Desiring. Once he lets Desires resolve, I go ahead and draw. It's giving me the kind of like the instinct he does not have Ash Blossom, because you always Ash Pot, because then they draw into their side cards, and you don't want them drawing their side cards. We normal summon Maximus, link on up into Magius, And then I believe I have Paralytic Seed. Yes, so I reveal Paralytic Seed. Summoning Seed, Exceed 2, Magius 1. So since I am reading that he is not having a hand trap, and I think my hand was weak enough that I kind of cannot waste this rank 4 XYZ to go to Rafflesia, I have to go for Dweller. And I actually think that in my Banished is Gravediggers anyway, so there's no point in putting Dweller up, so I just go ahead and there's no point in making Rafflesia because Gravediggers is in the Banished anyway, so I just make Dweller. But I summon Draco. Draco give me back the Maximus, linking off into Striker. Striker 1, Nocto 2. Nocto is a heck of a card, guys. Being able to chain block and get the boot sector, which at this point will just be free real estate, or if I happen to not draw into like my other field spell of choice, which is Waterfront, it's just going to be free extension later on, or free real estate for the Tracer to be able to pop to make us a Savage. So we go ahead and we make the Skull Dread, making Skull Dread 1, Nocto 2. He tells me to cut half, and I draw 1 off Nocto, then draw 4 fresh cards from the Skull Dread, sculpting my hand to whatever I need it to be. I already know that Dweller is a pretty big thorn in the side for Prank Kids, so getting that established was part of the game plan anyway. It's actually why I think Dweller is just a remarkable XYZ anyway. It should be in your extra deck if it's not in your extra deck already. We are contemplating what we're going to put back. So we use Skull Dread's effect to special out the Tracer. So we did not see Waterfront. This is actually going to be pretty awesome here. We special summon Arborea to go ahead and make Regulex. We go ahead and special out Crown, triggering the Regulex to grab us Crawler. Crawler is going to be a good disruption and a follow-up for the next turn. Linking the Tracer and that's interesting. I guess I didn't realize I did that. Linking Tracer away with Regulex to make Equimax. So currently you're looking at a Dweller, Equimax with a load, which will have a load and negate with a Search, and a World Legacy World Crown. And I don't know if that was the correct play. Standby phase firing off the Crawler. Crawler is going to get us a Search for either Succession or Guard Dragon, unless I somehow banish them all off of Desires. But we must have banished Guard Dragon because we're grabbing Succession here. You always go for Guard Dragon in case your board gets broken, because Guard Dragon does not require you to have Link Zones, so you can just bring back Draco, make Magius, and combo up through your routes that way. He's looking at his hand, and he just decides, let's wrap it up. He can't play through Dweller. And not to mention there's like, 2 other interruptions staring him down, so we're going on to that all-important Game 3. Game 3 is very important, simply because what I do for Game 3, and this is why this deck is extremely strong in my opinion, is we just side all the going second stuff that we possibly can. Kaijus, hand traps, back row removal. He's already proven to me he's playing traps in the form of Torrential Tribute, so I just cannot just side Kaijus. I'm going to have to side in Spell and Traps, because like I can't Spell and Trap removal, because I cannot afford to get my summon striked. I can't afford to get my normal summon judgmented. I can't afford to even walk into a Torrential Tribute. So we're siding up here. Kaijus are going in. All the Waterfronts are coming out, all that type of stuff. So we're going to do what Crusadia does best. And this is where I think this deck has an advantage, because when we get into that all-important side game, this deck isn't really like, as some people call like some of the combo decks of the format, is like their Game 3 decks. Like if we win the dice roll, we win Game 1. We'll lose Game 2 and we always go to Game 3. That's not always the case with Crusadia. If we win the dice roll, we will normally win Game 1, and Game 2 we side and we do the typical Crusadia thing that we normally win Game 2 anyway. Except for this time when he went first. And a fun fact about this locals, I lost every dice roll, guys. I 100% lost every dice roll. 3 out of my 4 rounds, I rolled a 7 and they rolled an 8. And then in the final round, I rolled an 8 and he rolled a 9. That's how unlucky I was for these remote duels. And we still went 3-1. Proven that the deck can play going second, and just, when we get the choice to go first, we go first. So he, of course, is going first, playing, I think that is Pranks. No, never mind, that's, I totally missed. So he summons Fansies, I believe. That's Pranks, there we go. He summons Fansies, make Meow Meow, linked from the deck. Now we're into Cock-a-doodle-doo, getting the token. Token's going to become Linkuriboh, which I was like, wow, okay, Linkuriboh. I just had to confirm with him because I thought maybe like he was locked into some Prank Kids. I thought they had some sort of restriction, but they clearly don't. But we're seeing the Doodle Doo and Linkuriboh, which Linkuriboh is kind of a problem for Crusadia. I mean, we are battle phase. We do punch for a lot of damage. He banishes Strike. He's going to draw off of the Roxy's. Summoning out the Fansies. I kind of like this deck, I'm not going to lie. I hope it doesn't get touched on the Forbidden Limited list. Verte. Now, this card gives me anxiety and makes my cholesterol rise. I tell him in this match, I'm like, depending on what you send for Verte depends if we can be friends or not. And he sends Thunder Dragon Fusion. Good on him. I'd rather it be Thunder Dragon Fusion than Red Eyes Fusion, because if Dragoon touchdown, which my hand didn't matter, because, you know, as you guys will see here coming up, it didn't matter what he summoned off of the Verte. The only thing is Verte being low attack is all that matters. I'm summoning the Butler, and of course Butler is going to be able to, you know, destroy my normal summon. And then he's going to end phase use Pranks, shuffle back, and then draw. So you guys have seen game 1 and game 2, so you guys are probably wondering, well, hey, when is the rock going to pop up? Well, spoiler, it's coming this game. So we are looking at what we have here. I'm kind of contemplating what I need to do. It's really not really that much. We're going to attempt to activate Kaiju Slumber, trying to bait out an Ash if he has one in hand. Slumber resolves, destroying everything. So I give him Gamma Seal and I give myself Kumongous. The reason I do that is because I have the Star Destroyer in my hand. So my thought process is I just have the Star Destroyer. I can use the Kumongous as a link material to then like do something, and then I can summon Star Destroyer later on. So in remote duels, when you are playing Crusadia, be very clear to your opponent what zone is what zone, just so you're not like kind of playing yourself and you're getting kind of cheated out of like your own wins because you place them in the wrong zones. But we're normal summoning Leonis, going into Magius. We are then going to special summon Exceed. I summon Exceed here, chain 2, chain 1. And this is where I kind of get a little blindsided, and this is where I could have prevented the rock anyway. I go here, grab myself Maximus. I should have right here, I should have made Rafflesia. There was no need for me not to make Rafflesia. I should have done it. Except for guys, you side out the Gravediggers, because you don't want to see that card. So we go ahead and we just make Dweller. I know if Dweller touches down, it's pretty big. But right here, he's going to reveal the rock on the Dweller, which is awesome. My hand is still loaded, right? So we're just calculating math. My token, I believe, is like 84, something like that. It's actually quite huge. But it's going to be summoned in defense, because the man would be crazy to put in attack unless he was just asking for a clap. 84, there we go. So I summon out the token, which this is why you have to, guys, you 100% have to play, wait for it, Link Spider. You got to play Link Spider to be able to play through the rock when you do get rocked. Now, in that scenario, if I did not side out the Gravediggers, I could have made Rafflesia, which would have stopped the rock indefinitely, but I did not expect him to have the rock, especially considering since he was going first, because he sets up a huge board, you know, so I didn't kind of register that he'd have the rock. We go ahead and fire off Quick Launch from our hand, summoning out Draco. Now, since I haven't used really anything outside of my typical Crusadia effects, we're going ahead and link the Tracer into Striker. Striker is going to let me add Boot Sector. And Boot Sector, I believe, is going to let me summon from the hand. I think I also opened Magna or something like that. But Boot Sector finds its way to my hand here. Contemplating my plays, because, you know, it's so easy sitting on the outside watching someone play. You're so able to backseat duel, but, like, you got to also remember you're not the duelist in the moment. So you got to just kind of sit back and just let them play. So go ahead and activate Boot Sector, summon the Synchron from my hand. I go ahead and I link 3. This time I remember that he used Verte. So he is currently at, I think, 7,000. I decide to use my last card in my hand to Kaiju, the Rock. Equimax plus Maximus is 72. So I swing in, as you guys can see here, I'm doing the math on my phone. 36 times 2 is 72. I swing in for just lethal. Just, you know, just will bow one punch, man. He didn't even see it coming. So that is it for that game, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. So I hope this video was a little bit more explanatory and was able to help you guys understand how to play through the rock, etc. Just hold your resources, play your best. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Charles from Team COG signing out.